Hey, happy Saturday evening. What wait, I see something in the back corner which I can't pull up yet. Hey guys, it's Ryan for the Elite Pigeon Auctions. Yes, you are here. You are with me this Saturday evening. It's not only me. You know me, I'm always on. That's just like video 4,380 point thousand. But every week, every Saturday, okay? We are going to have a show. It's going to be the same time, okay? We're going to stay up late for yous all, okay? Right now in Belgium, it is 11 in the evening, coming on to midnight in the midnight hour. Everything good happens at midnight. But for you people in North America, it's either 6 o'clock in the evening, it's 5 o'clock in the evening, or it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, depending on what coast, what land you're in. But let's hope I have the right photo. It's Saturday Night Flights with our good buddy, Lars. I'm going to pull Lars up for a second. And guys, just so you know, we're not just bringing some random guy on. There he is, the one and only Lars with all of his trophies. He's the trophy guy. And you know what? Ever since these trophies, he's been moving up the ladder. And we're going to drop some more little Larsisms onto our show. But again, this show works best if you all participate. So don't be shy with the participation. I'm going to bring up. Sorry, Lars, I got the camera now on you. They can see what you're doing. They can see your embarrassment, my friend. You know,
Oh
I could
boy.
leave it and get three screens. They say, if you guys are watching the show, it's telling me to recover the price. Sometimes it just doesn't want to work. And I'm hoping I hit the right button there. I might. No, it's telling me to recover. So I think we're okay. All right, we are on. Nelson Pigeons, good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey, Lars, since our man Nelson is on, and Nelson is the gentleman who we hand selected those rare color stickaboutes.
The Minims ones. The red Minims.
Yeah. So what is it? And for people wondering, what are we going to talk about? If you guys are looking for certain birds, um, I try and use all my sources to select something super for you. And at the breeding center, you guys have the stickaboutes, but they're a weird color. I never seen them before.
It's we call it Minims color. It's kind of yeah, how do you call it? A little bit washed off, little bit bleached.
Yeah, but they're like a red color, are they not?
But then the red ones, yeah.
Now, where did that all come from, or you don't know?
Some of them were you have them in now we have them in the red ones because we have the red stickabouts
Mm-hmm.
and pair them up with some of the with some birds that had the minim colors.
Yeah.
But you also have a checkered minims or a blue. It's all the same. But then we pair them up with the red ones, and now we have the nice, really special color, red minims.
What do you think of them? Not bad, nice, fairly good. Yeah.
Yeah, I like they're nicely built, a lot of muscles on, nice built birds, but yeah, really
And
nice color.
again, we go the distance to select for our buyers. You're going to see them, Nelson. So congratulations. If we are on YouTube, if you could, well, we are on YouTube. If we're on Facebook, let me know. I'm hoping that we're on Facebook. It says we're connected, but it's a little bit slow. That's okay. Again, you guys are with Lars. Lars is on the. Would it be on your left side of your screen? It's Lars is the guy that's not me. He's the bald-headed guy. And Lars, you got the old birds starting to go now, eh?
Yeah, I'm ready to get them road training, and then I would like to be the 5th of April on 120 kilometers. So I've got a little bit of time.
5th of April. So we're right now in March. So you want to have them in about 10 days'
Two
time?
weeks. Yeah, something
Two
like
weeks.
that.
Hey, 2 weeks you're going to have them. And guys, this year, Lars, he's not afraid this year. He's got on board. He's figured it all out. Because, guys, we're going to make him smile. Are you guys ready for this one? I know I'm ready. Here we
Oh boy.
go. Are you ready, Lars? There's the A
Go.
screen. And let's go to the B screen. Here we go. Oh,
Oh
look at
boy. Nice, nice.
Lars. He's taking flights. Now, this is your loft.
Yeah. Nice logo, eh?
Wait, tell me R and L. What's the R and L?
Yeah, it's the full name. So we play at two places. One place it's the R for Rijmakers, the L for Loesberg. At my place we play Loesberg Rijmakers. So R and L.
R and L. Okay, so you guys just you guys are. How long have you guys been partners? You and your uncle.
Oh, since I was a little boy, 12 years old, something like that.
12 years old, eh?
Till almost to 25 years, something like that.
Wow, long time. I mean, that's amazing to see. Part like I'm not saying amazing, but you guys must get along good. I never met your uncle, which I've got to. I'm sure he cringes every time he sees us together because he goes, "Oh God, you're with the Canadian guy." Oh, geez,
Yeah,
but
a
what type
great
of
pigeon guy. I
he's good
learned
one?
everything from him. So,
So and your uncle he's had pigeons how many years?
uh, almost all his life, I think.
No, almost all his life. So you basically he was the one that basically got you into pigeons.
Say again?
He's the one that got you into it.
Yeah. I was on racing day. My grandmother lived next to him, and on racing day we all stand against the wall of the house, waiting for the pigeons to come right over, and a line of 15 people watching.
Incredible, eh? People watching pigeon racing. You couldn't get that here. I put on
Yeah.
hey, we put on a final race. We put on a race all week long where you can eat and drink for free at my place, right?
Yeah.
Not one person will show up. Hey, Lars, I even say to like the homeless people, if you want to come, you can watch. Nah, it is what it is. But so that's how you got into it with your uncle. So who does most of the breeding, or you guys share the breeding?
All the breeders are at my place. So first round of youngsters are always going to his place. The second
Mm-hmm.
round stays with me. Third round we split up. Maybe a fourth round.
Okay, and
So
you're not really. Hello, are we still there?
yeah.
Sorry. Hold on 1 second. No, I'm just hoping there. I kept getting a phone call in, and it screws up the broadcast because every time I got to do this, somebody's got to call. It wouldn't be life if we weren't getting phone calls, especially when it's Ricky. So I lost my train of thought. Okay, hold on. So let me just get back to what I was gonna say. Okay.
First round stays with me. Blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
The second round comes to you, but who's the young bird flyer? Or you guys both just don't focus on young birds?
He races more the young birds. So he races the nationals with the young birds in August also.
You
So
know,
he darkens them, and I he plays more with the young birds. Focus is still on the old birds, but he also races the young birds more.
I kind of find it interesting. Like my neighbor is Sorel Lambrecht, okay? And I'll tell you something. We can talk pigeons, and we talk back and forth, and we'll only take in so much information of what we talk about. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now Sorrel speaks no English. No.
No.
Okay, so I can't go over and speak with him. And I would like to, but I'm going to tell you something that I have learned. Sitting on a patio or sitting on the rooftop, and I watch the pigeons play. Okay? I'm mesmerized. I'm mind blown on how well his pigeons respond. He doesn't let the pigeons, when they're offline, he doesn't let the pigeons land to call them in. The pigeons never touch the roof. They never look like, you know how just think about what I'm saying. You know when you let your birds out and you see them flying and they're going around. Okay? Well, they're looking good. They come over and they're looking good, right? And then there's the time where they're flying. They've been flying for 30 minutes and they look like they're just about ready to land. You know, they
Yeah,
want
they
to. You
want to
can
come
see.
down.
No, no. Hold on a second. Hold on. Just hold on. Sorry. I love it when people call me. I'm gonna fucking lose my mind here. I fucking lose my mind. Sorry, folks. We're gonna lose viewers on the swearing. Brad Hogan, if you're watching, change the channel. Anyways, but the birds are. Hold on. Sorry about that. Anyways, birds are flying, flying, flying. He'll call them, and they got to come out of the sky. There's no looking like they're gonna land. There's no they want to land. No, no, no. He calls them, and they have to come.
They calls them out of the sky.
Call them right out of the sky. And like I'm
Yeah.
talking, like they're looking good. Like they're not looking like we're ready to come down. Blow the whistle, in they come. Blow the whistle, in they come. You see this before?
Yeah, it's a good conditioning on the short distance. You can use it. Because often, like this week on a training task at work, birds came over 50 meters from their loft. If the loft manager wasn't calling them, they went straight through. So
I also notice he does different things. Instead of letting, let's say, a group of 40 youngsters out. Okay, he's had the 40 youngsters out. He's had them up flying. He'll then break them down into letting them out in groups of tens for a law fly. He then break them
okay,
down into group. Then he'll then break them down in a group of three
for loft flying,
law flying.
that's interesting.
And I'm watching them from sometimes 8 o'clock in the morning all day, different little groups, different little groups. And I learned it's what you learn only now by using your eyes, eh? It's
Yeah,
like
you
if you
you don't know the reason yet, so
do you know the reason?
uh,
I have
I
a
can
couple.
imagine, but I don't
I
know his thought now.
I have a couple thoughts. So think about what I've said
Yeah,
to you. He breaks them. He breaks them down into groups. You know, not the big group. Groups of 10, groups of 5, groups of 3, groups of 2. Letting them out, calling them in. Okay, so this is my thought. They're already flying good. You know, they're putting on 30, 40 minutes. If you were to let them out in a whole group, probably give you a good hour. You know, they're ranging away and coming back.
yeah.
He's breaking up into groups for multiple reasons. Reason one would be, in my thought, he's teaching them to explore on their own, right?
Yeah,
More brains learning the little area, like training, right?
true.
You know, four birds get into the group of Marcel there, the neighbor, get into his birds, you know, or you saying,
Yeah, and come out of that, come out again of that group.
come out of
Think
them.
for themselves. Yeah,
Then the other thing, and I think this is the key, is when they come back. They might come back 3 together or 4 together. They might come back one at a time together. Because I see them let out 3, and then 15 minutes later, one comes back, another one comes back, and then another one comes back. Okay? He's
That's
teaching
it.
them to
Feed
come home.
themselves.
He's teaching them to come home alone.
Yeah.
or there's not, it's easy to pull birds down in a group. When you get 20 together, they come down good. But they don't come down good when it's the first time coming in ones and twos. You know what I'm saying? They're a little bit like, whoa, what's going on?
True. Same as you release them in one big group and they're gone and the whole group can come back except for one. The whole group coming. The one that's behind always
I,
hesitating to come down and to come in. It's the same.
I'm thinking and I'm watching day in and day out, day in and day out. I'm watching this silly little pattern. He's technically training them by taking them down the road. He's just doing it from the loft.
Yeah.
Now,
Smart.
for people in America, this probably is not going to work because not a little bit of that because in our area here, you let the pigeons out. You can let your pigeons out, and I'm sure you can do the same. Your pigeons in about 10 minutes can hook up with 200 or 300 other pigeons
Yeah.
and let the festivities begin. But I try because you can't speak to them, so you're trying to figure out what's the what's the reasoning on this without communication. Just study what you see.
That's gonna be it. They're gonna if you release 3 birds, normally 3 birds love training, they don't train.
Mm-mm.
If there aren't any birds in the area, they don't train. If they
No,
can hook on with other groups, they're gonna fly. They fly the half an hour, an hour, whatever. They have to come out for themselves to
that's
come
right.
back. They always have to use the brain for.
They're using the brain. And the other thing I thought was, even if let's just say he lets 3 out at 10 o'clock in the morning, right? And they go out for 15 minutes. They will go out and play a little bit. 3 or 4 will go out and play a little bit. But no matter what, even when they come home, if they don't hook up with anybody, those 3 or 4, they were the leader of the group, and
For
not
that.
40 pigeons together.
No, yeah,
So I kind of looked at it as I don't want to use poor man, smart man, uh, type of a training.
true.
Now again, he's retired and he can do this all day long.
Yeah,
But
that's it.
what an interesting way of seeing something like this. And it's funny, he doesn't let the yearling cocks out with the old cocks.
Okay.
And I'm trying to put the pieces together for that.
I heard some people that have pigeons for the long distance and pigeons for the great middle distance. They don't let the long distance pigeons out with them great middle distance pigeons because the long distance pigeons slow. Their training speed is lower than the
Can I
what I've
ask
heard
you,
before. But
Lars? Can I ask you a question? Dean
what?
Pallet, Dean Pallet, good friend of mine. He said to me, if you let out an Arden, let's not use Arden. Let's use a long distance pigeon,
Yeah,
a Barcelona pigeon, and a Sprint pigeon. Can you really? I wonder if you can really see a difference because when they're loft fly, they're all the same pace. You think there's a
that's it.
difference?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. There is a difference in speed. Of course, there is a difference in speed.
You can't see it by your eyes. I don't know what kind. Wait, hold on. Hold on, guys. If you guys are wondering what type of guy we're talking to here, I want you guys to know.
Oh, boy.
Oh, sorry, Lars. I eyed you up for that one. Hey, I was gonna say, Lars, we got a comment here, and you know Frank. Frank Eichhorn visited you, and
Yeah.
Frank says you always tell us to dig a little deeper. Now it's your turn to learn the language. Lars, I can't learn the language.
Come
I just
on.
I don't have it, man. I can't. I can do everything else except learn a language. I'm just mentally slow with that.
You know already two words for sure.
Pincha?
One.
What's the next word?
Go.
No, wait, I know another one. Choof. Choof and
Ah.
Duvel.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's already
listen.
French.
Oh, no, Choof's not French.
Chouf.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, I'm never gonna learn the language, Lars. I'm never gonna do it. There's just things you. But what I was getting at, and for people that aren't getting me, I watched a movie by myself, which is great, and they were talking about blindfolding people. And when you lose your vision, you gain another sense, right? I wonder, I wonder when you're pigeons, you see them in super form, right?
Yeah.
Now take your eyes away. And I wonder if you say, like, okay, you know how you say to yourself, boy, these birds, I think they're in super form. You pour yourself a beer and you go in the loft and you sit there very quietly and you just listen. And you were to do that on a consecutive basis. I'm going to go in the loft for 15 minutes every night with my eyes shut and only listen. Do your senses come up? Can you hear something different that you haven't heard because you haven't focused in on it?
Could be. Never tried it before.
Well, hey, look it. I'm only watching Sorrel fly and I can't speak, right?
Yeah.
So that's a sense gone. It's only what I'm seeing. And I'm now trying to add up the pieces of the puzzle to go, okay, you could say, what's this wacko doing? And I'm not calling him a wacko, but when you're only looking at it, you go like this.
What is he doing?
What is he doing? What is he doing? Because have you
Yeah.
ever noticed that before?
No, never seen anybody do it. So thinking out of the box.
And I don't know. To me, when I slowly added the pieces up, I said, son of a bitch. He's training them around the loft like he's training them in the car. He's training them to come and do it in small groups.
Yeah.
Smart pigeon, man.
Why go to 1 kilometer and throw them all out one by one if you can do it at home
Yeah,
like that?
and you know as well as I do, especially in that area, in our area here, it's just like a pigeon freeway.
Yeah. If you look 10 minutes at the sky, you've seen how many groups passing there. So
Yeah.
if they pick on,
I just find, same thing. I was talking with Eric Lindbergh, Eric the Great. I think he's a real good pigeon man. He's a tough guy to do business with. That's okay. We all aren't going to mesh every which way. But I would have loved to have really worked with him because there was a lot in him to take.
yeah,
And he wasn't afraid to give it, but he's just a little different guy, right? And he said to me before he got real big, he would let the young birds out or the birds out around 11 o'clock in the morning
yeah,
and let them play. And normally the Dutch pigeons would come over. for training. And some days he said, I let out, I don't know, 100 youngsters or 60 youngsters, whatever the number was. And at the end of 2 hours later, he'd only have 4 home. And he said, there's times, you start the season with 120, and by the end of the season, you were down to 50. And he lost a lot of them on this system of loft flying, right? And he says, well, I can't do that anymore. And I said, yeah, but you probably had better birds then. And he said, yes, I did. But he said,
Yeah,
when they're a thousand,
smart bird come out of that big group of Dutch training pigeons. Yeah,
yeah, but
the
think
people
of,
are scared now to lose, but
well, yeah, but you have to think of him, Eric Lindbergh. Every baby he raises, it's a minimum of €1,000. Everyone.
yeah,
That's his rate. So he stopped doing that. But when we were talking off the camera, I thought that was you could see the downfall for the money. You know what I'm saying? You
yeah.
got to sacrifice some pigeons to get
Why?
better pigeons.
Because he ain't selecting it that hard anymore.
Well, do
That's
you
it.
have
Huh?
to?
Yeah, if you train like that, you don't have to. They select themselves.
Yeah. And that's another thing. I find the difference in here in Belgium. Yes, there's selection by hand, but in Belgium, the baskets for the top guys, the basket's doing it all.
Yeah, that's what counts.
Like it's not pedigrees. And I've been to some small guys, and the small guys will say, when the cock's on a 6-day-old baby, if he doesn't fire, I put him in the ground. If
Yeah,
they don't come the way they're supposed to, they go in the ground. I don't give them 2 chances. No, no, no. This is he's set to do this. If he don't do it, he's gone.
out.
And I'll say where we're from, I know nothing about pigeons. You know what I'm saying? The philosophy is different.
Yeah,
I had a guy. They want to spend money on pigeons. Okay. And they said, well, what breeders are one-loft specialists? And I said to him, I think it's a made-up word. You can't say that you go to a one-loft race and you're a specialist. I'm gonna say Koopman. He's a specialist. No, he sends 200 pigeons to the race. He knows the owners. He's a big name. That's the specialist.
yeah. If he sends 200, he bought 200 tickets, right? 200 lottery tickets. So
Terraform pigeons now. I'm not sure that you're always. Hey, in America, I'm not against Donald Trump. He's making it so if we got to bring pigeons over, we might have to pay a tax on them, but that's what it is. Guys, Trump's making America beautiful again. Hold on. Jason Nelson says, so, guys, what is your theory on color of bird for high heat and sunny skies? Go ahead, Lars. So, pigeons, do you think what he's asking is for hot conditions, sunny, does color make a difference? Hold on, Lars. Lars,
no.
we already talked about this as well, Lars. Lars, we talked about this, Lars. Remember, hey, Lars, remember this. Remember.
Nice.
Okay. What's your thought on it, Lars?
Uh, I don't think for you have a special color for a certain distance. If it's hot and you're a white pigeon, do you have an advantage on a black pigeon? I don't think so.
I think it's bullshit.
Yeah.
That's
Think
my.
there's no difference on no.
And you know, I see. Not all pigeons have super feather quality. Not they all
No.
do, like you know as well as I do, and we do auctions. They all have good feather quality, very good. But in an
Yeah.
auction, you will see sometimes we'll both say this one's got the best. There's just a different
Yeah.
feel, just a little bit different, and it
True.
comes in the tips of your fingers in the first couple. It's just you just go, oh man, it's just real soft. And I think people make this excuse, well, I send white pigeons to Africa and the feathers get frayed off and they're worn out and they're shit, or recessive reds or black checker, whatever it is. It's the pigeons didn't have, they don't come, I don't say they don't come from top pigeons. They may come from top pigeons, but they don't have top feather quality. And the feather wears out.
Yeah.
Do
I
you
think
think
that's
I'm,
more important than the color.
and Frank says, don't send any white flights. No, I don't believe in this. I believe that if the pigeons are born with super feather quality, oil, really natural oily feather, I don't think you will have that much problem. I don't think you're going to. That's me. Maybe I'm wrong on this.
Look at the last Barcelona winners. How many colors are in there?
Yeah, reds and you name it.
Reds, dark white pies, whatever. A blue one, a blue white pie.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't think
yeah.
color matters.
Actually, you have to say it's kind of screwed
Just
up.
no
But
grizzle.
what?
Just no grizzles.
Yeah, but Norman's got the long distance grizzle there from what's the gentleman's name? Oh, what's the bird's name? He's got the super
Yeah,
long. You know what we're talking about, though. I
and
think
a
it's
few years ago, you had what was it called? The Museo. It was also a grizzle on a long distance. So
well. Hey, Nelson Pigeons asked this question, and Nelson, I want to thank you for tuning in. I want to thank you guys for asking your questions because this show works best. It helps me because I've got Lars against the wall here. He's in the studio. He's got all cherry and mahogany wood, pigeons in the background. He's just showing it right off. Eh? Look, I'm on a black screen, and he's drinking the good stuff too. But Nelson Pigeons asks this question. I ask a question because I'm in the Virgin Islands. Lars, that's a nice place, okay? And in the Virgin Islands, and all the birds we see here are blacks or very dark colors. Well, I think those are wild pigeons. And I think the pigeons are darker colors because there's just not a lot of colorful stray Belgium, you see lots of wild pigeons on the street. They look all like racing pigeons and all different colors. Same thing when I go to Mexico. All I see is black checkers, dark checkers, and washed out smutty blues. But that's not the feather. That's you know what's funny? I'll say this one, Nelson. If you're watching, if you can catch a wild pigeon and you handle it, you'll handle super feather because Mother Nature has selected it on that. You ever notice that, Lars?
never, never catch the half pigeon. But
You know those.
okay, yeah,
You know
probably
those.
the
You know the wood pigeons.
yeah.
Feel the feather quality on them.
And the wood pigeons.
Yeah. What do you think of their feather quality,
Ah, just seen it in roasted in a pan. That's all.
Lars? You're gonna have to get outside the box, brother. Oh, poor Lars. Okay,
No,
we
I
got some.
never handled a wood pigeon.
What
Very
are you
better
doing,
quality.
Lars? What am I? You know what, Lars? You know who I want to talk to before I get back to the questions. I want to talk to this guy.
Oh no, please. Uh,
Okay, hold on. We got some questions. Let's get to the questions. The audience is starting to play. The kids came out. The kids came out. Guys, if you're not having a drink, what are you doing? Again, this show works best when you all participate. And Brian Mater says black pigeons versus pure white pigeons. Ooh, that's a great showcase showdown. What are you picking, Lars? Black pigeons
Black.
over white
Black over pure white.
for racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're gonna get a little bit better. Well,
Uh,
hey, look it. We're not lying. Take a look. Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions.
the
Loose.
silver and the black.
Yeah, the looses. And we talked about the looses. You say they're still winning today.
Yeah. People still buying and people are very satisfied with them. Very much on the short distance. There even are some. I know a guy that is building a loose 2.0 loft. So the small loft for speed racing based on the loose on the black looses.
Really, eh?
Yeah, and he's having good results with them. So
All right. Well, the ones that we have that we selected, I mean, I remember shit. We went through those pigeons. I think we were 2 or 3 days selecting pigeons. And it's funny because I haven't handled them like pigeons. Sometimes you don't. I'll go to a breeder. I'll go to a breeder today, select the pigeons, and I won't handle them for a month. And you go, oh, I wonder if those pigeons are going to be nice. You forget, and then you put them in your hand.
yeah,
Oh wow, these are great. Well, those looses, I asked Ricky, and he said they're super nice. But anyways, that's besides the
I think
point.
I think I think the cock came from the breeding loft. No,
Yeah, both did.
both. Okay,
Yeah,
I
we
forgot.
selected them both. Nelson says, I only see a few blues and checkers here. Yeah, well, that's all you're going to see. Just an interesting observation. Yeah, because there's not a lot of wild pigeons with a lot of color. And they breed to color. I think the color breeds out. Brian Mater says, I have a Cuban pigeon here that's a grizzle cock that came from Cuba. Well, enjoy it. It came from Cuba. Listen, they smuggle them into Cuba. They import them into Cuba. I know they import pigeons into Cuba. David Tracy says, do you have a loft visit with Normans for this year? We're working with the Normans. It's not going to be this season. We want to do something special with them. Sorry, David. It's not going to be this season. It's just not going to be. And that's okay. Brian says every year Cuba pigeons fly over the Keys to Florida. Well, it makes sense. They overshoot. I think better pigeons probably in Cuba. I think good pigeons in Cuba. I think they're underrated. Mike Green says hello. Hey to Mike Green. I did catch a few of the wild pigeons here, and they have excellent feather quality. Now, Lars, you have to catch a wood pigeon. And I want a
I need to
video.
do
I
that.
want you to set up a cage and I want you to catch one.
Yeah. Okay.
And if you catch one, I'll buy you a case of these. Oh. Oh. Am I becoming
Good
Belgian or what?
job.
There's only one problem with this class, and I know you're going to nail me for it.
Oi.
What's wrong with it? Yeah, you're in a shoof class. Is there a difference here? Oh, up my nose. Oh, it burns. All right, hold on. Mike Green says, I used to catch wild pigeons for the dogs, trainers, Did they have? Do they trainers? They do have soft feather, and I think, and I'm being honest. Mother Nature is their only selection, right?
Yeah.
There's no training. It's just you eat, you live, you die. The hawk eats you. It, they have to have good feather. Pigeons, racing pigeons aren't always that way because we're the chemist.
We're playing God.
We are. Like Bandit said, Cuba. Okay, well that's good. You got a Cuban one, guys. Guys don't rate pure white pigeons. That's why pure whites don't get any respect. Well, Lars, you don't want to know what? I'm thinking for fun, right? This is what I'm thinking. Why don't we invest in white pigeons? I mean, let's think about this. Okay?
Yeah.
Think let's just think about
Okay, but
this. See?
black and white.
No, but I'm telling you, if you can get super good white pigeons, you're going to print the green stuff.
Yeah.
But and I
Why,
already
why,
know
why do
what.
you always come back to the best pitches or normally just good old blue and checkered ones?
Yeah, but let's think about this. If if you breed, let's just say this. If you breed 50 youngsters,
Yeah.
I already know in your loft, 20 will be blues, 20 will be checkers, okay?
Yeah.
3 will be reds, 3 will be blue white flights or blue pieds, 3 will be checker pieds, and there'll be
Yeah.
one pure white one.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. Could be
If
close.
you're if you're blues or checkers already have the advantage.
Yeah. True.
But when we look at Barcelona winners, how many of them are reds?
Yeah. Often white bites. Eh?
Okay. I'm saying think about. I mean, we're not judging it fairly. Let's take a look at Kivran. Imagine a 50,000 release. Could you
Why is there
imagine
more
if they did
colors
the
in the winners from Kiveren?
no? If you took a numbers list of the 50,000 birds released,
Yeah.
if they had to not only scan the pigeon, but they had to put the color
Yeah.
out of the 50,000, there would be 48,000 blues and checkers. No, 40,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There'd be 3,000 reds. There'd be, I'm saying reds and mealies. You look at it. What are the odds, man?
True. But at the shorter distance, you see more color than on the longer distance, I think. I don't
I
know
think,
why, but
I think you see more blues and checkers in that middle distance group. Really, you really see that
yeah.
color there. I don't know. This is all
Yeah.
fun talk. We got some comments. Let's. That Chimay was a bit hard on me. Okay. What do we say here? Uh, Pure whites racing pigeon OLR. America, all on American, and I love America. America loves one-loft racing. Lars, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna say screw it. Let's pick a state in America and go live there and race a one-loft race.
A one-loft race, only
Yeah,
white
I don't
pigeons.
know. You know what we'll do? We'll do like 30 races in a season. And
You can pick a good state, so no problem.
well, hey, we like spicy food. I think we'll pick Florida.
Okay.
Then we can fly in Little Belgium there in Spring Hill. We'll unleash hell, but that's for another day. But I don't know, guys. You guys are crazy about one-loft racing. Why? Anyways, Frank Iceburn says, "What about Yost Tone?" Now, Yost Tone, what do you think of him?
uh, One of the best flyers ever. How long is he among the best of the best? So come on, he has a lot of color. True,
Mm-hmm. Professional pigeon
but
man. He had a lot of good loft managers, very good loft managers.
nah, I thought he did a lot of
Like, yeah,
almost
you
everything
didn't go to
himself.
Millivik. I learned a lot of the behind the scenes on old Yost. That's okay.
Okay.
Hey, regardless, at the end of the day, he's still winning races.
Yeah,
Mike Green says I've raced pure white pigeons, but haven't had any luck with them. So go bye bye. Ooh, and I get that, and I got this feeling if you're, I like all color pigeons. I don't care. I just want winning pigeons. But I'm like Mike. If the pigeon can't win, it's got to go. And I got a feeling the people that like the white pigeons, you know exactly what they do, eh, Lars? They baby them.
yeah,
And
that's it.
that's where I say, like, if I said to you, Lars, we're going to go and buy some white pigeons, okay? Best that we can buy. Screw it. Ground them and pound them right into the ground. Then we see.
Yeah.
We only bring white pigeons in. We only pound them. If they can't handle it on a three,
There are good white pigeons. Look at what was the lion was the pigeon called from Marcel Wouters.
yeah, I don't know it.
The pigeon is in almost in every big loft in Belgium. They all bought sons or daughters or direct from him to
Nothing.
put in their breeding stock. That was a white pigeon.
But how did the children do?
Uh, you still see him in the pedigree, so the children did very
Okay.
good, huh?
Well, yeah, okay, but we all just knock white pigeons.
No.
You know what I'm saying, Lars? But what I'm saying is, it's getting outside the box. I think if you
Yeah.
get out, I look at Vanderbilt pigeons, red pieds, blue pieds, grizzle. Hold on, but wait a minute. They have good results. Would you say?
Yeah.
Okay, they
Can't
have good
deny.
results. What?
You can't deny it.
Right. And what do they have? They have the other magic little formula. They got a little bit of flavor.
Yeah.
Flavor. Always remember when we go to the bakery, we buy with our eyes, don't we? Could you imagine going into the bakery and not using your eyes to buy? What would you buy? Right?
White.
You wouldn't know what to buy, but when you see, you go,
No.
"Oh, that pie! I've never had that one. Boy, it looks so good." Or that loaf of bread, it just has a nice look. I buy it. You buy with your eyes. I think you do. Anyways, we got more comments. David Tracy says Lars is a real asshole, but I think he's great on the show. No, I'm joking. David Tracy says has to be some really good whites out there somewhere. I agree, there is. Nelson says I have pure whites that consistently place in the top 10% of the combine out of 300 miles as young birds. Hey, that's great. Look at we're 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 stirring the pot up. We got to try, guys. I will buy Lars a pair or two of super ones because remember we got the logo, and my name's even in that logo, R and L. Brian says someone needs to start an OLR with all white pigeons. One dark feather on them, they don't count. Now, I think that's
Uh,
kind of fun. Do you know, and what Brian just said, if you played that rule for 5 to 7 years, right, you'll get good ones.
yeah, of course. Well, it's
Brian's
like you
from.
say, what's the percentage of white pigeons in a race? Of course, we have less of them.
Uh, hey, listen, Sonia Vandermalen, I'm not going to lie. You've seen the pigeons.
True. Very nice pigeons.
Hey, and let me ask you another question. What do you think of Serge Van Alsecker?
Great pigeon flyer.
Okay, so you never met him.
Yeah, I've met them. Yeah,
With the Van
yeah.
Laar pigeons. I know the
With the
Van
Van
Laar
Laar.
pigeons. I
Yeah,
know.
but the Van Laar he want to buy.
Yeah. When I think Serge is a guy that doesn't throw out a lot of compliments. Not a lot of he shoots really this way. He
No
not
bullshit.
gonna put sugar on it.
No.
And I couldn't believe it when we were talking. I was in this kitchen and we were talking about colored pigeons. I said, "Oh, you got to get some colored pigeons. That's what you're missing in your pigeons." And he said, "Best colored pigeons that I know of that I would go with are Sonia's for whites or grizzles or whatever."
True.
I don't know, Lars. Maybe we got to go there. Maybe we gotta go visit her. I'm thinking. I mean, just outside the box. We didn't even get your uncle
Yeah,
involved.
Sonia.
We can get your uncle. Your uncle's gonna say no to this, isn't he?
Mm, no, when what year was it? I don't know. When I was 16 something, I got two
Mhm.
wives from him. So
From who?
from my uncle,
Two whites.
two pure white ones.
No good.
They were okay,
Ah, we're turning over another leaf, eh?
but they wouldn't pair to another pigeon. Only brother to sister. Couldn't pair them up to another.
Hey, you will not believe this. I bought a cock from the UK, and he was almost pure white, and he had a blue little mark on the back. Just I
Yeah.
mean that big. And I bred him to a mealy pied hen. She was top, super hen. Sent the pigeons out. Boom, right on the top of the one-loft races in Vegas. Won quite a bit of money. We lost money in the end, but we won. Right?
Okay.
I pair him up to that hen. He would not switch hens, and she was a mealy pied. He wouldn't do anything at all with any other pigeon. If I gave him uh, after a little while, I got you get fed up. Like I got to switch
Yeah.
her, and I would try him with a blue. I try him with it. Wouldn't pair with nothing. Nothing.
No.
What do
Nothing.
you think that is?
I don't know. In that case, that my theory doesn't come up because at my place it was brother and sister, and that was his first love. So I thought it was that, but yeah, couldn't pair him up to another hen or
Yeah, I've I've
didn't
I've
work.
I've seen that one or two times, and very very odd. It's almost like they're stuck on it. They can't
Yeah.
forget it. They won't forget. And you put him to other hens, he would pair up. Nothing. Or he wouldn't
No.
look. But then
No.
you
It wasn't interesting.
you bring him the
Not
original hen.
interesting.
Where have you been, my love?
Yeah. Yeah.
Eddie Ortiz says white bandits were grizzles. Okay. Bandits were white with some grizzle. Quality doesn't know color. And I think Mike Green's right on there. Uh, White bandits had regular eyes too, not all bull eyes.
Blue eyes.
What do you like a white with a colored eye or a bull eye? You see almost all
Yeah,
whites with bull.
I like it more with the color eye, but that's just for me. I don't think it doesn't do anything on the quality. If it's true, something I heard, I've said it before, is where the eye is.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a bull eye, if it's a bull eye,
Mm-hmm.
with a white pigeon, normally in that place would be a feather, and that feather would be white. That's why it's a bull eye. So hold it on a you should know. You hold it on a lamp. You can still see everything in the eye.
Yeah, you can on a bull eye. If you have the right light, the sun, or the right lamp,
Yeah,
you can read the eye.
yeah.
I do
So
normally I do normally find photographing bull eyes. Almost always a bull eye has a beautiful eye.
yeah, there's a lot in the eye. Whatever
There's
you're
a
looking
lot.
for, there's
Yeah,
yeah,
there's a lot more in a bull eye than a lot of other eyes.
yeah.
But a lot of
And
people can't.
it does nothing for breeding because pair it up to another hen, and
Oh, Mike Green says I used to only have blues and checkers and a few reds, but I married Heather and she likes the colored pigeons. Jeff Henderson says, "Hey, Ryan and Lars from Dundee, New Zealand."
New Zealand.
Lars, oh Lars, you see, our show's better this week. 56 minutes in, we're getting participation.
Nice.
No, no,
More
but
fun.
huh?
More fun.
Yeah, you agree with me. When there's more people, it's better, and when people make the questions. But I do think it would be fun to try and build white pigeons to do it. I mean, if it could be done, you're the money printer. You're the golden goose.
I like white pies, all white pigeons. What do you think about white pigeons and attraction from hawks?
Oh, for fuck's sakes! Can I ask you a question? When a lion hunts a zebra, what zebra does he hunt?
Yeah, they're all black and white. So
So he hunts the slowest, weakest, dumbest one.
yeah, true.
So do you not think that a hawk is doing the same thing? Do you think a
No,
hawk really says, "Well, Lars, you were
no,
dumb. You bought a white one. I'm going to eat that one"?
no.
But I do think because whites have been
Why
babied so
often? Why
long,
often then it's your best pigeon that is being taken by a hawk?
he was having a bad day. No,
Okay.
I don't know. Do you normally think your best? I normally don't. Best pigeons by a hawk. I don't think in season. I think when you first start letting them out, okay, maybe. But I think right in the middle of the season, in prime form, you
No.
don't lose those best ones.
I don't know elsewhere, but at our place, where when you're really into the season, ox attacks also come down. But they run the nest. A lot of small birds are back from the winter migration. So it's
Well,
always in the beginning of the season.
beginning of the season. Yeah, you're right. And again, I've lost a couple ace pigeons at the beginning of the season. When you start letting them out, they're a little overweight. They're not so sharp. Here's another question I got to ask you. And I never thought of this, but I heard more and more guys talk about it. In the springtime, when they let out the pigeons, the old birds, right? Not the young birds, but pigeons will injure their wings.
Yeah.
You think they're pulling muscles?
because they're in wintertime they were
In.
in, and yeah.
I never I never thought of it as that. And then I seen other people like they'd say, I
You
let him out. I let him only out for 20, 30, a
you
little bit
you see
short,
that
short,
you see
short.
the yeah. I don't know the English word, man. You got straight and you got what's the
What?
yeah, we have a word for it. We call it yeah, flyers, but I don't know the English word.
We have flyers. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Rollers?
well, no.
Come on.
Uh,
What's the Flemish word?
Scheef.
Well, that didn't help me out. See, I'm trying to learn. What is it?
Crooked.
What?
Crooked?
Croquet.
Crooked flyers.
Crooked. Oh, yeah, yeah. They fly on an angle.
Yeah,
Yeah, they injure the wing. They're off balance.
yeah. Off balance. Crooked flyers.
Okay.
Sometimes you can have that after winter time when you're yeah, if you bring him out calmly and build up good, uh, I you don't have that problem. But if you push them too hard from the beginning, you can injure them.
I never thought of it that way, but I heard more and more people say it. And I heard it in England. I heard it in Belgium. I heard it in the Netherlands. I kind of thought, and I said, yeah, and I think young birds don't have that problem because when you're like a little kid, your bones are more, everything's more, your joints,
Yeah.
everything's a little bit more flexible.
Hmm.
So that made sense. So I'm gonna go with that one. Eddie Ortiz says my champion bird was grabbed by a hawk, but hold on. Eddie Ortiz says my champion birds are grabbed by a hawk, but we survived to fly them because they are better ones. We lose at the end. Let me ask you another question. This was a question I've argued about. I think when a pigeon gets nailed by a hawk, I don't think they're ever the same, and
No.
I do think it's a little bit of a natural calling system. Now I do know if the pigeon hasn't been out all season and then you let him out, well, the hawk has the advantage. But I would say you're never fixing the pigeon, and I think there's still a glitch in that pigeon.
Yeah. One in the head, and once he if he can hit the pigeon, it's over with that one for racing. If you see the nail on a hawk
But yeah,
when it pierces in, come on, it's done for racing.
and I just don't think they come. I just don't think they come back.
No, not physically, no, and not mentally. I've seen pigeons that were so scared of a hawk, they come out, and if you release them, the first thing they do was hide under a roof somewhere.
Yeah, I had pigeons,
So
and
mentally,
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think scaring pigeons to fly or trying to push them to fly. I don't think it's good. They got to do it on their own. And I've tried different techniques. I know people have the flags and all this shit. Great, but if you scare a pigeon, they learn it. They learn it, and they never forget it. Eh?
no,
Never forget it. And as Jeff Henderson says, 100% Ryan, I agree. Once a bird that has been hawked, they're mentally and physically they're finished. Eddie Ortiz
yeah,
agrees. Now, yes, you can fix them. Yes, you can do whatever. And yes, 100% out of 100 pigeons that have been hawked, One or two will be okay and they'll race like machines. All the rest will have a problem. So there's an
Yeah.
exception to the rule. It's just a matter of, do you want to waste your time? Are you wasting your time fixing them?
Once you really get a hit by a hawk physically, so when once a claw of a hawk pierces the pigeon, it's done for racing. Don't waste your time.
Guys, don't take my advice. What am I? Who am I? Where am I from? Do I know? I don't know. But guess what? Take a look. Lars, do you remember that day? You were throwing 7 different. Look at, you ran out of hands, man. Look at all the trophies, guys. That's Lars. Look.
Oh
Sorry,
boy.
Lars. I'm not. Listen, hey, you know what? You're a hell of a good pigeon. He's a hell of a good pigeon flyer, guys. And that's why, with everything that we do at Feathers Elite, we try to bring you the best. And you can talk to the best flyers. The best flyers are always pumping. I think Lars, you guys are going to watch within 5 to 10 years. You have big money in China. This is my prediction. I'm corner pocketing it right out there, Lars. Okay? And Lars, I said it here first. Hey, you want me? Hey, guys, you guys, you know what, Lars? I'm gonna post up some of this. Lars, we grabbed a little bit of footage from Lars. Let's throw this up here. Let's see what we got, guys.
Like a nature movie.
Yeah, we don't even see him. That's a damn. That was a bad one. I can't believe you sent that to me. Here we go. Let's see. This is the one we wanted. Look at them. They're out of this world. Lars, if you're gonna work on this show, your video camera skill. There you go. You're in the zone now.
Lost him again. Oh, okay.
What are those? Those there are the hens.
The hens, yeah.
Yeah, I can just tell by the way they fly. Hold on. And guys, if you want to know the basket training, take a look. On the landing board, pigeons in the basket with the drinkers.
With the drinkers, the young birds.
You look, guys, you see it, and that's an old shipping basket, eh?
Yeah.
And
But
that's
if they're learning in that basket, then it's the same board without the basket.
and there's the same board with the basket away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we show them the
So,
feeding? Should we show them the feeding video, or what are we thinking?
yeah, whatever.
Hold on, guys. Plug your ears.
Yeah.
You're grabbing feed.
Kep.
That's from the same board. They learned coming in from the basket, then not from the outside.
Yeah. There's always a couple slow ones, eh?
Yeah, but they're weaned just 2 days.
2 days. Yeah. And you and I say the same thing. You know what? When I look at the video, I like the movement of the pigeons. I like the wings are up. I like that they're acting like, hey, let's live, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong on that, but you what do I know? All I know is you learn a lot by just watching, taking the sound away. You see how those pigeons, and then you find out all those birds. They're a few days weaned. They got
Yeah.
a fire.
Correct.
Wait. Lars, the champion. Luda Clausen has big percent were whites. What do you think of Luda Clausen? What do you think of Ludo Clausen?
Little classes.
Yeah, well, we would say Ludo Clausen. How would you say it? Clauses?
Yeah, a great flyer, eh? And I think especially great little distance,
Yeah.
great little distance flyer. What was he? School teacher. So summertime, watch out for him.
Yeah. When the kids were at home, with the parents.
Yeah,
Well, we know one thing. He made a hell of a lot more money with pigeons in the summer than with
yeah,
children throughout the year.
yeah. Of course.
Uh, uh, Wait a minute. Lars, can we have a look at your lofts and birds? I'm going to show you this, guys, and I'm going to say something. I got the confidence in Lars. I think Lars could be a professional pigeon racer and be at the top level. Now, he's like everyone else here, wife and kids and a home, and you got all the shit to do.
Yeah.
He has the talent. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you. I want to do this. This is the quality of the pigeons, guys. Take a look. What do you think, Lars? Whose pigeon's this?
That's my old hen, my best breeding hen ever. She wasn't at my place. She was a Melissa.
She was a Melissa.
Yeah.
Yeah? How good of a breeding hen was this hen?
Uh, I got what 4 to 5 different one first prize winners out of her. Uh, Children are doing great. Grandchildren are doing great. Great grandchildren are doing great. Not doing only at my place, but also other lofts. So, great breeding hen.
You know, it's funny when I go to the breeding center and I talk to the owner. What's the owner's name? What's his name? Uh,
Stefan.
Stefan. It's so sad, eh? I go to the breeding center and I see a story that's there that has never been told. And when I talked to Stefan about Lars, because I did, they only said one thing. He's super consistent. He's super great. He's our best breeder. He can put the
Breeder.
pigeons to breed. Now, I believe you know how to breed pigeons. And I'm going to say, okay, you know that. Breeding is harder than racing. And I think you can race pigeons. And I said to Stefan, and I said it, and Stefan, if he's watching or whatever, let Lars race your pigeons. You'll see a difference. And let him race, even at his own home. Give him the pigeons and let him race at his own home. You'll see it. You don't have to race at the center. And I hate it. You know what they do, eh, Lars? They put it in a, they, you know what they do. They say, oh no, they stereotype you as a breeder.
Yeah.
I think you're a great breeder of pigeons. I think you
Yeah,
can
what's
race
great
pigeons.
breeder? You try to pair them up, and you only becoming a great breeder when you have the results to put to your breeders. Eh?
Why would we breed out of average pigeons?
Yeah.
Do you ever, I've been thinking more and more. You got to give pigeons a chance, and I'm good with this. The question is, why are some pigeons breeding better right from the word go than others? And do you ever notice when they're right from the word go, if they're breeding winners, they normally continue the trend. I find a pigeon that I got to find it later. It's almost like it's just okay. That was a good one. Yeah. Oh shit! I was just about ready to get rid of you. Bang! You bred an okay one, not on the fence one. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think a winner pops. I think a proven breeder, you see it. I don't think it's something that you find over years. Do you think I'm right or wrong on that?
Mm, ah, in some cases, I don't agree.
Well, you're a bit of an asshole, but why? Why
Yeah, I
don't you
know.
agree? No, no, and I'm going to say
Yeah,
something that you're going to breed from a better quality of pigeon than an American will or a Canadian will. So why?
yeah. Okay, but let's say I had uh, what was it, the 2006 cock
Hmm.
in, it was, the cock was from 2006 and it was 2017 that I first found a good hen from. He has been on another breeding loft, yeah,
Hmm.
and at our place, it was already for 3 to 4 years. But then in that fourth year, we only find that good hen for him that matches. Because in
Okay,
2017 we bred our Louis, the
okay.
ace pigeon.
So here we are going to say it again. One of my best pigeons, Miss San Diego, a one-loft machine. The father, I owned him for 4 years. He wouldn't pair to one hen. When I
Yeah.
didn't care anymore, he picked a hen on his own. Then the first set of eggs, or not the first set, he wouldn't even lay it. He wouldn't get a hen on eggs. And he picked a checker pied hen with a white head. Mealy pied? Checker pied, okay. And then all of a sudden, womp, womp, womp. Now,
Yeah.
wait, that's an exception. You've had it and I've had it. We've had the exceptions.
Yeah, but that was a good cock from 2006
Yeah?
paired up to a hen that showed nothing on the races, but she was nice in the hand. And I throwed her against him, and bang!
Okay, but what I'm saying
It
is,
gave me that cock,
go ahead, that
super
cock.
cock.
Okay, to give you the soup. Okay, so, but what we're saying is you know what the problem with that pair of pigeons is, and same with my pair. They screw us up in the brain
Yeah, yeah,
because what they do is they say you got to, I got to keep that one, I got to keep that one, I got to keep that one, I got to keep that one. Right? That's what they do. That's what they do. They give
yeah,
you hope. Now, in all your years of breeding and your uncle's years, I bet you've come across that once or twice. Once. For you, it's been once.
yeah.
You know what? For me, it's been once. But let me ask you a question the other way. How many times you put something new together, that's new, your young pigeons, boom, she bred a really good one. The next year, boom, she bred a really good one. Boom, the next year, it continues. You notice that? You notice that a little
Hmm.
bit more?
Yeah.
Yeah. I notice it more. But our stories are the same. A bullshit thing. And the cock that I had, I didn't want to get rid of him. His pedigree was great. He never paired up, so I couldn't actually grade him on anything. You're grabbing a pigeon now.
No.
Well, I'm going to bet anything you have a pigeon there.
Yeah, you asked, so I have a pigeon over
Wait,
here.
wait. I bet you I took a photo of the pigeon, too.
Yeah, probably.
He's probably going to be a cockbird.
Yeah.
Hold on. Now, before you bring up any pigeons, this is why I'm probably the best in the biz. I'm going to say that's him. Fredoma! All right, before you show him, tell me about him.
He's a grandson Him himself is a grandson of the eighth national on the Narbonne race.
So he's
Himself,
okay.
yeah.
Wait. For people wondering, because you got to remember, Lars, our audience is North American. So
Okay.
eighth national Narbonne. First of all, how far is Narbonne? How many kilometers?
Uh, Around 900 kilometers.
So 900 kilometers. You're around 400 miles, 450. Okay,
Yeah.
and
Well,
then
his grandfather flew the eighth national on that race. His
okay,
great granddad won the first national of Marseille. Uh, Probably same distance.
okay,
Himself, yeah, you see his two best results were as a yearbird, second in the club after a loft mate, 14 provincial on the Soyak race. That's about 750 kilometers.
okay.
And then as a all bird in 2021, he flew the first in the cup in the club, fourth provincial, also on the Narbonne race. And that year he was the second provincial ace bird.
So guys, I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna put Lars back on, and the only reason why I'm doing this is because I knew. You know what, Lars? Before the show
Well,
started, you grabbed the pigeon and you didn't know I could see.
yeah.
And you know what sold me on the pigeon? I seen the three
Well,
bars, and I said to myself,
okay.
"Wiggle my ears and tickle my toes." Have I handled this cock?
You handled them. Was one of your favorites, so
So you brought him,
yeah.
Lars. Lars, you know what you do when you show him? Stand up and
Well,
back up and hold him. Stand up. Yeah. He'll sit better in your hands. There you go. Guys, look at this cock. Take a look at him. He's nicer than his stupid photo. Whoever took that photo, I'd fire him. Backs like oak. I seen the bars. I knew the pigeon right from the wing. Look at the nice white flights. He got a beautiful wing, eh?
yeah. It's already
Yeah.
throwing a flight, so
Yeah, he's throwing the flights. Look at how strong that back is, eh? Super tight. Look at the third bar. Look at everything. Look at the pigmentation in the flights. Look at how tight the wing is. Now, Lars, I'm going to say something. A lot of people pull the beak. What are you thinking on the beak pull?
no. What does that mean? Vitality, they say, but no, I don't believe.
Boy, he really looks good, eh? He's a masterpiece.
That's the smart boy, huh?
Yeah,
You've
look at
seen
him.
him in the you've seen him in the breeding loft, huh?
You know what? I'm going to sell him this fall. But there you guys see the quality, eh, guys? Look at the balance. You see the balance. You rocking him like a boat. You see it. The pigeon's smart, not acting stupid. He doesn't almost need any hands to hold him. That's the quality. Look at the back of the hand of Lars. It's completely open, doing absolutely nothing. The bird handles the situation. This is the quality, guys. Take a look. Oh, Lars. Boy, he looks good there, eh? That's the quality,
One of
man.
my favorites, huh?
Yeah, one of his favorites. And guys, you know, people will ask questions. Who is Lars? Who is Lars? I'm showing you. Look at the back, like oak, no hands. Sing us a song. You're the piano man. You think he's as good of a breeder?
Yeah, I think so.
You'd think so.
It's gonna be my next
We
super breeder, I'm
we
sure.
got it. We got to get a nice white hen for him. Jeff Henderson says looks very nice. The bird from Lars, and guys, the bird has the results. Super nice cock. Yes. You know what, guys? I'm gonna do this
All
for you
right.
guys. Yeah, look at the back. Look at the feet kicking his legs out, as Emil Denny's would say. Guys, I'm going to do something for you. Okay? I am going to push to sell this pigeon next season. Now, it's going to take a lot of.
That's gonna take a whole lot of.
Was that the one that Herbots offered you like 15,000 for?
No,
That's for next
that's
week's
the other
show.
one.
That's for next week's show.
Next week's show? Maybe.
Okay, maybe next week's show.
You're
Guys, this
getting
is what
close to season here. You're still on the racing team, huh?
who he is.
Yeah.
The checker cock.
No, no, the blue, the limo, the Herbots did an offer on.
Hey guys, you see it. We bring it to you. The problem with this loft, and there's not a problem, is that they're working guys and they're competing against professional lofts. They're getting already great results. Do I believe in the pigeons 100%? Do I believe in Lars 100%? Do I think he's a super smart pigeon man and breeder and handler of pigeons 100%? I wouldn't bring anybody on our show. And I'm not going to do a weekly show with somebody I don't trust and believe in. But this guy here, I believe in him. I think in the next, it can be 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, going to be a real big name. And think about it. Lars, I met you at the breeding center. I was selling
Yeah.
Van Lars, and you were winning
Only
with Van
one link,
Lars.
huh?
Huh?
Yeah. Only one link. The first hen that was a pure. The first hen you showed was a pure Van Laar.
Now, I mean, I think we were going through pigeons, and then I told you what I did, and
Yeah.
then I asked you, what did you think of the Van Laar pigeons? And then you said they're great. And then it just went right from there.
Yeah. That's how it started.
Really weird, eh? Like, think about it. That day at the center, there's normally 3, 4, 5 guys working.
Yeah, something like that.
And boom. Like, it was almost like, what do they say? The worlds collide to meet.
Yeah.
And my
Three
house
at the
to your
time
house
search, huh?
is 20 minutes by bicycle or 10 minutes by driving.
That's why I
Mike
said we
Green
have to. Yeah.
Mike Green says, I sure enjoy having Lars on the show. And yeah, guys,
Thanks, Mike.
we like having Lars on. Lars are going to give you a different perspective. This is a pure Belgian that's grown up in Belgium and raised in Belgium. And I will say this. When we are on this show on Saturdays, you pick his brain, you push, push, push. Why? Because you're going to get it from somebody who's not commercial. Lars, you ever do an auction with anybody?
Nope.
You
Never
ever
sold a
sell
pigeon.
what?
I never sold a pigeon.
Never sold a pigeon. Guys,
Nope.
we're the first for everything. We're going to bring you outside the box good stuff that you can use, but you have to take it and you have to learn from it. And I've talked to you, Lars, about you and your uncle want to play one-loft races.
Maybe.
If, you know,
More
when the
my
belt,
uncle than me, but okay.
I'll say this, Lars. When I hear Belgians say to me, I want to fly my own pigeons and not go to one-loft races, I understand why. These one-loft
Yeah.
races you're going to dump a lot of money into. Okay, a lot. And you come out, nothing.
No.
And I honestly say, because money is so hard to make, how do you justify where you're sending it? There's a race in Spain. They started off with 1,500 pigeons and they're down to 200. You know, like I think that was one your uncle was looking at, right?
Yeah. Last three.
Yeah,
No.
but
Yeah.
but you know, speaking with
Yeah, but I know where that is coming from. Uh, he has an apartment nearby, and he can go over there and then visit the final or whatever. It's fun for him, so I understand. But otherwise, I find it uh, you don't get information. Not like on your one love place.
And you know, Lars, I'm going to tell you something. The problem with information is that information is going to work two ways.
Yeah,
You actually, the more you give, the more it buries you. The more it buries you. And
yeah, true. But I told you the story of one. I once participated in the Mira one love race.
hmm,
But you don't know anything about it. At the final at the semi-final race, I got fourth for my six birds still in the race. One was going for ace bird, and in the last race, the ace bird is gone. It
no,
didn't participate in the last race, and then a bird that went missing is back again in the race. So I find it, bah,
yeah. Well, you find, you find the same thing that I find. And I find that, I hate to say this, but history can repeat itself. Pretty much it does. There are always exceptions to rules. But I agree with what you're saying. And I find that people, they either keep going back, keep going back, keep going back. And I say, like, if I lived where you lived, Lars, unless I'm selling pigeons, forget one-loft racing. It's shit. I mean, hey, if I want to go to Africa to see a bunch of monkeys and lions and tigers and bears, okay, I'm going to take my family. We're going to put some birds in. We're going to have a whole 10 days of Africa. Okay, fine, fine. And I got the money. But in all honesty, I just don't see where it pays. You're underinformed, and if and I'm telling you from my point of view, my race, I used to have 60, 70 guys. But then when you do shows and you talk to people and you talk on the show and you have a bad day because the birds didn't come good, and you're beating yourself up, but you take it out on the show, at the end of the day, there's nobody left. I put a one-loft race up. You can put as many birds, Lars, as many birds as you want for $1,077.
yeah,
I got 4 people that entered, and I'm going to race them 7 weeks, 3 times 500 kilometers.
yeah. For me, that sounds as if I add my feed, I put in the stuff I have to pay every week when I want to play. At the end of the season, I pay maybe double or triple that money. But yeah, I don't know. Sounds a lot of money, but
But Lars, a thousand. Think about this: a thousand and
yeah,
seventy-seven dollars Canadian comes out
a
to
thousand
roughly in
Canadian dollars.
euros 700 to 800 euros, 750 euros.
660 is a thousand Canadian is a 660 euros.
Right. Think about it, Lars. You can send as many pigeons as you want to get tested on 7 races, not three
Okay,
races, 4 races, and you get 3 times 500 kilometers.
okay,
So let me ask you a question. We're not asking for a lot, and you know what we show people. But here's the
yeah,
problem: the more that you show, the more that it
yeah.
buries you.
No, but that's why I don't like it because I don't know what's happening.
I'll tell you something, Lars. Something that I learned. You know, a 1 liter drinker. You know, the little torpedo single drinker.
Yeah,
That 1 liter drinker on one meal for pigeons If you take the water away from the young pigeons and you have 50, 60, 55 pigeons in a section, like the
Yeah.
little ones you let in, they've been outside for 3 hours in the aviary.
Yeah.
Okay? They've had no water, nothing. You open the chute, you feed them, you put the drinker in. That 1 liter drinker drinks 50, 55 pigeons. They'll eat their dinner and they'll drink it clean. Done. They get pure water. They get maybe an electrolyte. They get maybe something you put in the water, right? Fresh. I've shown that to people, and people have said to me, well, you're not giving them enough water. You have 50 pigeons in a room. You should have a 10-liter drinker. Or you have, I know what the pigeons drink, and I want to give the pigeon, when you go to a restaurant, we go to the restaurant, fresh water.
Yeah.
But don't sit at the table and drink water that came from the first table or the second table or the third table.
No.
Drink fresh
Nice and
water.
cold and fresh
Yeah.
drinking water.
But because you show that, they bury you
Yeah,
on
but
it.
then they have to think further. Come on.
Yeah, but Lars, people never think outside the box.
Yeah, but the hot water. How many germs and whatever diseases can grow in there, and you spread around the loft. So
Lars, I have 250 pigeons, right?
yeah,
250, 300 pigeons. I give them a 10-liter drinker. One. Fresh water, drink. They eat, they drink. It's almost down to that much. Okay, throw it away. I have people call me
yeah.
and say, I won't enter your race because you don't have enough drinkers for the pigeons. You see what I'm saying, Lars? You having
Yeah.
fun yet? All I can all I can say is the more that sometimes you show,
Yeah, it can be used against you, but okay.
and
That,
I
that
don't care, but I even go into this season with our one-loft race and I say to myself, how much do you show for how much will bury you? You know?
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I watch other races. They seem to show stuff, but just act stupid, and people come back and go back and go back and go back because I just really think, Lars, people can't handle the real truth of it.
No, yeah, what do they want? When they want the secret, the no training, the waiting for the tailwind, and uh,
I don't know. You know what? You asked me the question. I love to race pigeons. I can't race pigeons in Canada. My dad cannot race pigeons in Canada. So you try and put something out to race pigeons. And the local people, nope, they say no. And a lot of people can't handle the truth. A lot of the people, I think, are pigeon keepers.
yeah,
You know, there's racers and there's keepers.
yeah. But for a lot of people, that's maybe the only way. For me, that's it's another world. So for a lot of people, that's maybe the only thing how they can test their pigeons. Huh?
Yeah, and as Mike Green says, what I like about the Pioneers, they don't show any BS. Well, last year we backed off
Yeah,
all the
that's it.
videos. I backed off because the more I showed, it wasn't better. It was the people. If you had a mouse in
Yeah,
your loft, people ripped you apart.
yeah, okay. But what do people like? No, no, nothing, and then the birds disappear, or
Hey, Lars,
once the money
Lars,
flies can come up, and then there's the big guy that always wins. Uh,
yeah.
do you believe?
Hey, Lars, I'll tell you this right now. I did a race where I pulled certain feathers on pigeons, and I played it a certain way.
Yeah.
I lost the pigeons at 2 miles, not even a mile, kilometer. Still to this day, I blame myself. I blame myself. I did it. Well, I'm not blaming those pigeons, but I did it. Sure, the best pigeons figured out the way, but I did it. The next season after, I went from 400 pigeons, I couldn't get 100. And I, on camera, blamed myself.
Yeah.
Where most people would say, oh, solar flares, oh, the wind, oh, it was a hawk attack. I just said,
So
fuck it.
show nothing. So show nothing. Don't trade. Say you went to training. Wait for tailwind,
Okay.
and then you have a great
I,
race.
yeah, but Lars, I think you and me are the same. We like to race pigeons.
Yeah,
So
but
if you wait, there's money. Wait, there's money. Okay, and we like money. We both like money.
yeah, everybody
But
does. So come
but
on.
but hold on. There's one problem. Well, I love the race. I'll take your blue white flight cock.
Yeah.
Let's race him again. Let's go again. Let's go again. Let's go again. Because I know he's money in the bank. I know he's going to give it. Going to give it. And I got this. The problem I have is the people with the one-loft races. It's not about. It's not about the racing. It's about the money.
Yeah. Okay, but then
It's
don't come whining that you can't. That you know nothing about your breeding loft. You that ain't no pigeon testing. But I no training. Waiting for the final race for tailwind and getting 100 pigeons on the drop and who's the winner?
who's the winner. We got some comments. Let's get to the comments. Trust from the ones that are winning. In trouble from the ones that aren't. Just test your birds, okay? Seven Hill says if you don't show too much, they complain. If you show too many videos, they'll find everything to pick apart. This is right. David Tracy says we need to get back to the show everything in your OLR. If people want to complain, don't fly it. And I agree with David Tracy. I agree with David Tracy, says Seven Hills. Part of the problem is people think their birds are all good. And with David Tracy's comment of showing everything, I agree. And Mike Green, his thought is that everyone thinks all pigeons are all good. I agree.
Yeah, but that's it. You went through my breeding loft with Frank. The second part. Yeah?
Uh,
How many pigeons were in there?
I don't know, would you have 10 pair?
Okay. There's 4 pigeons left
Out of the 10 pair.
today. Yeah.
So what'd you do with the other ones?
Gone.
But you bred out of them.
No. You got the breeding section and then the section beside it
Oh,
are the
all those
hen, the loose pigeons.
in the small room,
Yeah.
they're all gone.
Except for 4.
Okay.
So select. That's what you have to do.
Yeah, but you know what I find, Lars, and I'll tell you something. I have this problem in Canada. I can go to a restaurant for dinner, and the dinner will come out. The drink was too slow. There wasn't enough ice. The appetizers didn't come right. The steak was not cooked right. The fries were cold. In Canada. And I'll say right away, I'm not eating this shit. I ain't paying for this shit. And the shit's expensive. I'm gonna tell you. You know the restaurant where me, and my dad went.
Yeah,
Quality. How good is it?
yeah. It's
So it's a little shithole restaurant. Is it a fancy
yeah,
restaurant? No.
no, it's not. It's nice, but it ain't
You
a
would
shithole. But it's
no,
nice.
but I'm saying you would take your wife on a date or your girlfriend on a date there, right?
Yeah,
And she's not gonna complain. Everything,
no,
boom, boom,
bang
boom.
on.
Okay.
Yeah,
In America, they don't have this because there's so much bullshit, and people learn to not complain. People need to complain. I want to show everything with the one-loft race. I love it because I love it for the good and the bad of it. I love to let you watch me fail because I'm good. You know, Lars, in the season we always fail. There's always a move that we make that doesn't.
yeah. You
Oops,
do something
oops.
stupid.
You can't help this. You're a human being.
Hmm.
But the one-off people, they spending money on pigeons. They buy from us. They buy from wherever they're buying. They think because they buy them, it's a guaranteed home run. It's not it. And then they send them to you and they say, "Well, this pair of pigeons cost me $2,000." Yeah, but you're trying to buy time. A bad day is a bad day. And if I show you too much, you might say that I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, but they all do it together. Whatever. Never run a one-off race, Lars. You know what I mean?
uh, you should do one. You should try to build up a one left over here and sell the places.
Yeah. After I win a
So,
first net,
so foreign people can participate.
you know what someone said to me. I will not be able to win a first national for 5 years.
Over here.
Hmm.
Why not?
Why five? Can I ask you a question? Why 5 years?
Maybe in your first year, if you do it,
L-
maybe.
luck. If luck could come
Yeah.
on the first year.
We always say first try to be first in your club, and then
Oh,
see from there.
you know, every once in a while, I'll think about my vacuum, Kurt. No, Lars. Listen, this is what we got to do. We had a great show tonight. Thanks for bringing on the pigeon. It's probably almost 2 o'clock in the. No, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning.
Almost 1 o'clock.
Everybody's been great tonight. You guys give us the support. We're going to be on every Saturday, pretty much every Saturday. If we're going to have a screw up, we'll make a post. We're gonna get some more video footage of Lars. We're gonna do a loft tour with Lars. There's only one question that everyone's gonna ask is can Lars win? And I'm gonna tell
Hmm.
you something. From what I know, I have a feeling. There he is. He's the one and only. And take a look. Yes, he can.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
That's hey, listen. That's a photo that I'm gonna use. Like I have this against you. You got the trophy. Hey, Lars, does your wife know what you're up to right now?
She's sleeping, man, so it's okay.
I think tonight was a pretty fun show. I think
Yeah.
the people had a good time. If you guys have questions for Lars, you can ask him. Next week we're gonna do it again. I'm gonna go to bed. I know you gotta go to bed. Lars, you need to put some birds next year in your auction. Hey guys, I can't sell some of these birds that don't give me their very best, and I'm watching this. I'm only doing this for Lars. Lars, Can we get some wins this year?
Some wins.
Get some wins.
We can get some more wins. No problem.
No problem, guys. That's the one and only Lars. You seen the emblem. You seen already the first pigeon. Not a professional pigeon man, so that's a big confidence builder, a booster. He knows his pigeons. He's a Belgian through and through. He got great pigeon sense, and I'm super happy to work with somebody like this, to be a part of this. And it wasn't forced; it was just a natural connection. And that's why we're doing the shows every Saturday night. So, Lars, I'm going to invite you back again next Saturday. You ready to do this shit again?
Yeah, glad to.
Hey, do me a favor,
If the
eh?
people like, if the people like it, I will be back on. So
I don't. You know what? I don't know if I like it or not. I just love that goddamn photo, eh? That photo is classic, man.
come on.
Do you know every show that you do, that photo will always come up.
You will hunt me.
Hey, listen, that day I remember it, eh? You come over, you were so goddamn happy, you were winning. And you didn't want to ask anybody to take your photo because you were embarrassed.
No, because anybody I know was besides me on the stage. So come on.
Anyways. Well, you know what, Lars? Good show tonight. Frank Eichhorn says, I'm sure Lars will win again. Go, Lars, go. Hey, man, my audience is pulling for you. Come back, Lars, as David Tracy says. Michael Peever says, always straight and real. Yes, guys, he's not the most attractive guy. He's not going to make the top 50 best looking pigeon men. That's my job. I'm in that zone. But I will say one thing. Lars Losberg, he's a super flyer. Watch out. The Chinese will come for him. When they come, you'll never be able to buy those birds. So watch out. Lars, till we do it
Yeah,
again
man.
next Saturday, I'm going to go to bed. I have the mirrors on the ceiling. And look, you're in the. What is this, man? What kind of room are we in? Are we in like some type of a. Like, what are you, like a millionaire?
Just my.
This is your
That's my
office.
room.
This is
That's
your
my
room.
office, man.
How come you never taken me in there?
You've been here once, but you were looking at the pedigrees from Van Lars, so.
Blame me. Anyways, guys,
Yeah.
next week we're going to show another super pigeon from Lars. If you guys have questions, ask them next week. It does not matter. Breeding, racing, selecting, eye sign, whatever the
Whatever.
hell you want. You ready to go to bed, Lars?
Yeah, man.
All right, guys,
Birthday
that's
party
Lars.
tomorrow.
That's Lars. I'm Ryan. Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. Like, share, and subscribe. You guys did the best. We'll see you, Lars. I'll come over tomorrow and I'll grate some pigeons. Bye for now.
Okay, man. Welcome.